Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, 14th day of June, the 11th day of Sivan. Here we go. We're continuing on in our laws about what you may or may not do with food. We're supposed to respect food, but we could do our uses with food, so here goes. If you are making kiddush at the Shabbos table and you're putting down your sitter and it's going to rest on the challah cover, which is resting on the challahs. Is that an improper use of challah, sort of shaming it or squishing it or whatever? And the halacha is you are allowed. That's not considered shaming food. That's using food in a proper way for some necessary purpose, and you're allowed to do that. Also, you could put a loaf of bread just under your sefer if you're learning and you need your sefer propped up to face you a little bit so you don't have to croon your neck. So putting a bread under the sefer just to hold it up, so that very similar to what we just said, you could do that also in your learning, and it would not be considered inappropriate. While washing your hands with mayim achronim at the end of a meal, it is important to not get drips onto the bread that's around you. It'll make the bread kind of ruined. People won't want to eat it, and that's not good. That's dishonoring the bread and making it like kind of unedible to people. So do be careful not to do that. Now, some other circumstances where you're allowed to mildly disrespect food. Here comes one. If you want to use a lemon to remove stain from your clothing, that's allowed. Two things that factor in here is it's a regular use, derech ha'olam. It is the way of people to use a lemon that way as a stain remover. And it has a tzorech adam. It's a need for people, and therefore you're allowed to use a lemon in this way. Similarly, children, it's the derech olam, it's the way of children to make pastes for their little arts and crafts things that's made out of flour and water. So if you want to take some flour and water and put it together and make a child's arts and crafts something, you're allowed to do that. It's the way of the world, and it's also the need of people because children do need to play arts and crafts and things, so it's allowed. If you want to carve up a cucumber, scoop it out and make it empty so that you could put grain, horseradish inside of it, that's not allowed. The reason it's not allowed is because it's not considered the regular derech ha'olam. It's just some fancy shtick that people want to do, not necessary and not the way of all people. And also the cucumber will not end up getting eaten. That's what typically happens. So that's considered wasting the cucumber and not appropriate. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow. After Shabbos for more, and have a great Shabbos. Bye-bye.